What's up everybody, it's Bree here at Vinyasa Wave. Welcome to my channel, whether if it's your first time or you're returning. I'm excited to wave with you today. Today's wave is just going to be a stretchy flow, so we're not actually going to do any vinyasas or anything like that. So we're just going to stretch it out, but you will need 2 blocks. If you don't have blocks, don't worry about it. Grab some books, blankets, anything to kind of prop yourself up throughout this practice. We are going to start on our backs, so make your way to your back. We are going to put 1 block behind the head and 1 at the base of the shoulders or at the top of the shoulders. I'll show you once I get down there, but just start making your way to your back and I'll meet you when you're ready. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So 1 of the blocks or whatever you're using is going to go at the top of your mat, and you're going to kind of put it like right where your skull kind of comes together, if that makes any sense. This spot right here, that's where you're going to lay your head on. The other block or whatever you're using is going to be a little bit lower. So whatever you're using, have 1 a little bit taller for the head. And then this one is going to kind of go right at the top of your shoulders, or like right in this mid back area, like where your shoulder blades come together. That's where you want it. So again, if you don't have blocks, just find something taller to put your head on. And then to go in between the shoulder blades, you're just going to want it a little bit lower. Once you're there, you'll probably have to adjust once you make it down to the floor. And then, again, that block will go kind of right at the point of your skull, just so it should feel relaxing. If you feel you're holding your head or you're holding your shoulders up, just adjust the blocks, because what I want is you to relax over the blocks, like let your shoulders melt around the blocks. And then once you've found it, just go ahead and lay there and then extend the legs out. Palms facing up, let your feet roll open. And just take a few breaths here to arrive on this mat. To stop thinking about the day just for a few minutes. Just be fully present in your breath and your body for this practice. Good, 1 more breath to yourself. Make it a big, deep breath. Good, when you're ready, bring that right knee into your chest. Without using the arms, you're just gonna bring the knee into the chest. And then on the exhale, you're gonna open the foot or the knee out to the right side and then lower the foot down to the mat. Again, just relaxing. Don't holding any tension. Just allow your body to rest on this mat. And if you feel your left hip starting to come up as you let your right knee drop, maybe start to lift it a little bit, keeping the foot on the ground. Good, inhale, bring that knee back into the chest. We're gonna cross this ankle, so your right ankle is gonna go over your left knee like a figure 4. And then same thing, let the knee drop. We're still melting the shoulders around the block. Still big, deep breaths. Let that hip open. Good, release, let that leg go down. Bring the left knee into the chest. Again, we're not using arms. And then when you're ready, open that knee to the left side and then gently place your foot on the floor wherever's comfortable. Now we're keeping the right hip down on the mat. Good, inhale, bring that knee into the chest. Cross the ankle over the right knee. And then just allow gravity to let that knee go down to the earth. Again, right hip is still on the ground, so if you notice it's starting to peel off, pull it up. Maybe if you have a blanket around by, you could put it underneath your knee to kind of elevate it. Good, release. Bring that knee back into the chest and then let it go down. Good, we're gonna move the blocks off to the side for now, but we're gonna still lay on our back. So go lay back on your back just like you were. And then we're gonna kind of do the same thing. So bring your right knee back into the chest, give it a good squeeze into the midline. And then when you're ready, extend the leg up to the sky, find anywhere along the back of the leg, and just start to find movement in your ankle. So point, flex, roll the ankle out. Good, then we find stillness and gently pull the leg towards the face. Option, if you want to get a little spicy, bring the forehead to the shin. And then big deep breaths here. Beautiful, release. Bring it back to a neutral position. You're gonna bend the knee towards the right armpit so you can grab onto the outer edge of your right foot and then pull that knee down. So we're doing half happy baby. And then just as a reminder, take your left hand and place it on your left hip. Just as a reminder so the left hip doesn't start to come off the ground. We want it nice and flush on the ground. Again, if it's starting to come up, maybe just bring that knee up a little bit. And with these very intense shapes, remember to do big deep breaths. Usually with these intense shapes, we hold really tight and it hurts even worse. So just use your breath to relax the body. Good, release. Bring that knee back into the chest. We're gonna take our left hand, grab onto the right knee. Right arm is gonna come out to the side, and we're gonna take that left knee all the way over to the left side, gaze over the right shoulder. Take a big breath in, breath out. Good, inhale, come back through center and let that leg go long. Beautiful, left side, so bring it into the chest, give it a good squeeze. And when you're ready, extend it up to the sky and start to find movement in that ankle. And then find stillness, and when you're ready, pull that leg towards the face. Option to bring the forehead to the shin. Only if you want to get a little extra spicy, you do not have to. Take a big breath in, breath out. Good, release, bring it back to a neutral position, and then bend that knee so you can grab on the outer edge of the foot, pull it down, half happy baby. Right hand is gonna come to the right hip now, so just as a reminder so it doesn't start to float off the ground. We want both booty cheeks on the floor. And release, bring that knee back into the chest. Right hand will grab the knee. Left arm goes out as you bring the left knee over to the right side. Gaze over the left shoulder. Take a big breath here. Breath out. Inhale, come back through center. And then you're gonna bring both knees into the chest, take your hands underneath the knees and just gently rock up until you make it to a seated position. I'm gonna face you just so you can see. When you're ready on the inhale, lift the arms up. And then on the exhale, take your left forearm, and place it on the ground. Right arm is gonna reach over the head towards the left side, but your goal is to pull this shoulder back. So a lot of the times we tend to round here. So I want you to push into that ground, pull the heart forward, pull that shoulder back so you can see the sky. If you have to come up a little bit, like take your blocks, like if the floor is too far away for you to pull that shoulder back, come up on the blocks. And then look up to the sky, open the heart. Take a big breath in, breath out. Good, inhale, come up through the center, and we're gonna go to the other side. Again, if you need the blocks, bring them over if the floor is too far away. So on the exhale, right forearm comes down, left arm reaches towards the right side. Again, just take kind of stock of the body. Are we rounding here? Are we sitting back into our low back? If we are, pull it forward, maybe elevate the arm instead of sitting all the way down. And then reach, pull the shoulder back. Let's look for the sky. And then both butt cheeks are on the ground. I forgot to mention that on the other side, but I know you did it because you're amazing. But just as a reminder, both booty cheeks should be touching the mat when you're stretching here. Good, inhale, come up. Good, take the blocks. I'm gonna face back the original way. You're gonna take your blocks, place them underneath your knees. If you're not using blocks, whatever you're using, you want it to be a significant height so that way your knees are pretty bent. There's gonna be a pretty noticeable bend in the knees. That's what you want. Again, like I always say, whenever we try to stretch forward, almost always people will sit back and then we round the spine or round the top of the shoulders to reach forward. We are not gonna do that today. What we're gonna do is we're gonna sit nice and tall. If this is where you stay, this is where you stay. You're going to reach for your toes. If you can't reach your toes, bend your knees even more. You're gonna take your peace fingers, grab onto the big toes, or you can grab the outer edges of your feet. And what you're gonna do is we are going to get our belly down to our thighs, okay? So if I'm holding onto my big toes, I'm pulling with my elbows or my biceps to get that belly down. It may not touch, don't worry about it. That's just to kind of give you a visualization of like what your body should be doing. Once we're there, hold it here, a few breaths. Good, walk the hands back. We're gonna remove one block or whatever you were using, we're gonna lower it a little bit. So there shouldn't be the same amount of bend in the knees that you had. And we're gonna try to use the same idea. So belly down, reach forward, pull on the feet to get the belly down. And you want your chest, imagine you're trying to touch hearts with someone. So I'm really pushing my heart out to touch the person in front of me. Good, big breath here. Breath out. Good, walk the hands back, and now we remove everything underneath the feet. So here's the true test. So same thing, belly goes down, we walk it forward. If you stay right here, that's where you stay today. There's no problem with that. As long as we're trying to get that belly down and then walk it forward. Take a big breath in, breath out. One more breath. You can do it. Good. Walk the hands back. We're going to swing the feet around and find our table. So knees underneath hips, hands underneath shoulders, and a few rounds of cat-cow. So on the inhale, drop the belly, look forward, pull the heart forward. Good. Exhale, round, chin to chest. Inhale, pull it through. Exhale, round. Good. Inhale, drop the belly, pull the heart forward, stay here, and then we're going to come up onto our fingertips. See if you can drop the belly a little deeper. And then from there, take the right ear to your right shoulder. Good. Inhale, come through center, left ear, left shoulder. Come back through neutral. And then on the exhale, keeping your fingers where they are, around the spine, chin to chest. Good. Come back to a neutral spine on your next inhale. Beautiful. When you're ready, inhale, right arm goes up to the sky. And then we're going to take that right hand and grab onto the left hip or your pants, shirt, whatever you can grab, so you can keep opening up that heart. One more breath. And then take that left ear down to the left shoulder, only if it feels good in the body. Good. Bring the head back to neutral. Right arm extends up to the sky. And then on the exhale, thread it under that left arm so your right shoulder is going to meet the mat. And then option to send that left leg long, let the toes meet the floor. And then keep pushing into that right arm to deepen the twist. And then keeping both hips square. So let's not let that left hip roll open. Big breath here. Breath out. Good. Unwind. Bring that left knee in. Bring that right hand back to the mat. When you're ready, left arm goes up on the inhale. Grab on around the back. Grab the right hip. And then option to take that right ear to the right shoulder. Again, only if it feels good in the body. If it doesn't, keep the head right where it is. Take a big breath in. Breath out. Good. Bring the head back to neutral. Extend the left arm up to the sky. And then thread it under the right. Left shoulder meets the floor. Extend the toes back. Hips are square. Take a big breath here. Breath out. Good. Unwind. Bring that right knee back in. Left hand comes back to the mat. Tuck your toes, and we're going to sit back onto our heels. It's going to feel real spicy in the feet. And then we're going to interlace the fingers behind the back. Roll the heart open. Look up to the sky. Hold it here. Take a big breath in. Breath out. Good. Bring the head back to neutral. Hands are still interlaced. And we're going to do shoulder rolls. So bring the shoulders forward and then roll it back. Hands are still interlaced. We're still sitting on our heels. And then switch directions. Beautiful. Release. Good. Unwind the hands. We're going to untuck the toes. I'm going to face you so you can see, but we're going to stretch out the front of the foot. So you may need your blocks or whatever you're using as support. All right, so this is how I set it up. We're going to stretch the front of the foot. I'll show you how to use your support system in just a second. So we are going to take our toes, tuck them under, Ankle is gonna stay nice and in line, and you should feel a nice stretch in the front of the foot. So if this is too spicy, what you're gonna do is you're gonna come up to your knees and use your support on the other side. If you're doing that, I'm gonna go at an angle so you can see how my foot is kind of back a little bit. What you want is it to be right under the knee to get the maximum stretch of that front of the foot. And then you just hold it here. Take a big breath in, breath out. Good, release, switch sides. So the right foot this time. Again, ankle isn't in line. Pushing through the front of that foot. If we're using the support system, ankle is gonna be right underneath the knee. Take a big breath in. Breath out. Good, release. We can move the blocks off to the side. Come back to your table, tuck your toes, and we are gonna push it back into our down dog. So hips are gonna go up, push into the ground, and then immediately find some movement that feels good in your body. So shake the head, rock the hips, whatever it is. A few more breaths to yourself. Beautiful, find stillness. So heels are driving down, hands are pushing into the earth. Take a big breath in, breath out. Good, take your right foot and step it towards the front of the mat wherever it lands. And then you're gonna go back and grab your block or whatever you're using as a support, and we're gonna put it right where our left knee is. Good, and then what you're gonna do with the right foot is take a big step forward. So there's almost like a diagonal line. You don't want it to be a 90 degree, I want a big step forward, so that way you get a nice stretch in that left hip flexor. And then if whatever else you're using for support, if this is intense for you, which is okay, you're just gonna place your hands on either side. And then just play around here with your breath and sinking into the hips. So again, with these spicy poses, we tend to hold everything tight. Use your breath and relax. Take a big breath in. Breath out. Good, then maybe we start to play with bringing the arms up off the ground. Again, you do not have to if it's already spicy enough for you. One more breath. Good, bring the hands to the hips. Keep that left knee where it is. And we're just gonna push the hips back, straightening that front leg. And then wherever you are, fold forward. Same thing as we did in the beginning of class. So as you fold, don't start to round here. This is kind of what everybody does. So what you're gonna do, same thing, belly goes down. Belly goes all the way down. And then you may need to use your blocks to kind of get that motion. You may not be able to go as far as you usually do. And then take a peek at the hips, make sure they're relatively square. Square might not be available in your body. So you want to make sure this left hip is pulling forward, right hip is pulling back. Good, take a big breath in. Breath out. Good. Bring the chest back up. And now you're going to take both blocks, put it on top of each other or whatever you're using for your support. Again, we need it to be relatively high. So you're going to put kind of where both legs meet. You're going to put your blocks there, and we're going to open up onto our splits. Straight legs isn't a priority here. It's really just opening up the hips. Good, we're just gonna sit here for a few breaths. And then same thing, take tabs of your hips. Square might not be available in the body, but if it's all the way back here, see if we can pull it forward a little bit. And then square the shoulders. Sitting nice and tall. Take a big breath in. Breath out. One more breath. Good, and release. So move the blocks out of the way, and we are gonna move it back to our down dog. So hips go up, take a big breath in, breath out. Good, left foot steps forward, and we go around again. So block goes where the right knee is. Sit the chest up first, and then take a big step forward with that left leg. So idea is to try to make a diagonal line, and then drop the hips. If you need support so you can do that, definitely use it. Take a big breath in, breath out. Good, one, and if you're ready, start to lift the arms off. Maybe we just use one arm instead of both, whatever you need. Big breath here. Breath out. Good, take the hips, take your hands to your hips, send the hips back, straighten that front leg, and then lower down. Reminder, belly goes down, and then reach down. Toes are actively pulling towards the face. Take a big breath in, breath out. One more. Good, bring the chest up, take both blocks, and then place them for your splits. So you're gonna sit right on top of the blocks, open the legs, sit nice and tall, take stock of the hips, shoulders. So we shouldn't be opening up this way. We wanna face forward. Few breaths here. One more breath. Awesome, you did it. Go ahead and remove the blocks. Come down to a seated cross-leg position really quick. And then take one or both of your blocks. And you're gonna take just your right foot and place it on top of your block just like that. If that's way too high, just remove one, it's totally fine. And then once you're there, sit nice and tall on the inhale. And then exhale, fold towards the ankle. Good, release. Take those blocks, push it forward. And we're gonna straighten out the foot. So just the foot and the ankle is on the blocks now. And just move that left foot out just a little bit. And then we're gonna fold towards that foot. Good, big breath in. Breath out. And release. Switch sides. So bring the blocks back a little bit closer so you can bend that right knee. Ankle goes on the blocks. Sit nice and tall on the inhale, and then exhale, fold. Beautiful, release. Slide the blocks forward, straighten out that leg, move the right leg out a little bit, and then fold towards the foot. Again, I know I'm repeating myself, but belly down. So take stock of the body. Notice if you start to lean back as you're trying to lean forward. Drop the belly down and then walk yourself forward. Good, take a big breath in. Breath out. Beautiful, release. Go ahead and move the blocks to the side. You may need them, you may not. We're gonna open up to straddle, so open up the feet. If you need to, you can sneak the blocks underneath your butt to get a deeper range of motion. On your inhale, lift up. And then on the exhale, we reach to the right side. So same thing as we did in the beginning of class. Pull that left shoulder back, open up the heart, and then reach towards the right side. And then make sure you're sitting up on top of both sit bones so you're not sitting back like this. If you notice that you're doing that, first, that's awesome that you notice. Two, grab the blocks or whatever you're using and just put them up underneath your butt so that way you can get in the right position. Good, inhale up and then over to the left side. This time the right shoulder will be pulling back, stretching over towards the left side. Good, inhale up, and then exhale, walk both hands forward. Pulling the heart forward, dropping the belly down to the floor. Good, walk the hands back. You are done. You made it to the end of class. Thank you for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed today's stretch. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I'll see you again soon. Bye.